Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here. This is training game sense in Rainbow Six Siege Part 5, which is going to be my last in the series before we move on to new types of content for Rainbow Six Siege. If you're new to my channel, this is the 5th video in a 5-part series where we look at both good and bad examples of game sense. A while ago in my first video, we defined game sense as combining your knowledge and experience of the game to predict the enemy's actions accurately, adapt to changes effectively, and respond to the unexpected confidently. I hope you've been able to take my Siege journey and learn to be a better player while building up your own game sense. With this in mind, let's take a look at a few more examples and break them down together. Here we go. Round 5 on Canal and we're attacking. I switched to DMR online recently and I'm loving it. I push through Scuba, sneak my way up yellow and blue stairs. My plan is to try and flank the enemy from Skybridge, while my team does a direct take from Blue Box. Line is a great operator because you can use this scan to cover up some sounds while you flank or take map control, and that's exactly what I do. I drone out the way ahead to make sure it's clear, and also try to help my teammates with callouts after the diffuser was dropped. Unfortunately, a roaming Kapkan catches 2 of our teammates off guard and takes them out. I trade some shots with the mirror holding sight, but my teammates got my back and cleans up. It's now a 2v1 and we get a call out that Kapkan was last seen going downstairs. I decide to pick up the diffuser, but just as I'm about to plant, Kapkan comes up green stairs and almost takes us both out. I use my last line scan and see that he moved downstairs. I've got the diffuser and I predict Kapkan will try to come up either green stairs or rotate over to red. What should I do? Should I bait a plant and see if he'll swing? Or should I stick it? Bit of a trick question here, because it really is a split-second decision. Listening closely to audio cues will help you make the right decision. Always be ready to get the plant down, but be flexible enough to bait for the kill. I had a great teammate who was giving out great callouts, and that made all the difference. Moving on to round 2 on Clubhouse. Here's a really bad example of how not to play Postplant. I played this all completely wrong. First, I take way too long to drone myself in and get into a building in any meaningful way. I spot a Caveira roaming around main stairs and decide to play a bit too safe. I'm scared that if I get caught off guard and interrogated, I'm going to put my team in a really bad spot. So Caveira did her job as a roamer and totally slowed me down to the point of being completely useless. This is pretty common for new players and sometimes even old players. Paralysis by analysis. I'm thinking too much about what might happen to me that I don't actually decide to do anything useful or make a play in any meaningful way. I eventually see my team is falling apart and get prompted by a down teammate to push into sight. And that's exactly what I do. At this point it's a 2v3, but luckily we quickly get a kill each. It's 2v1 in a very winnable situation, but all of a sudden my teammate decides to peek and get destroyed by a guy hiding in garage. I decide to get the plant down and I can hear the zombie trying to search me out. I could get the plant down and stay closer to sight, or I can move away and try and flank around to CCTV. What should I do? Should I stay close, or should I go for the flank? The zombie completely outplays me here because of my indecisiveness. My plan was to go through CCTV window and put some pressure on a zombie, but my teammate calls out that she's about to defuse. I make my way back to cache, but it's blocked off by a zombie's barriers. I panic, try shooting them open, but it's too late. This was completely avoidable if I kept a level head and stuck with my plan. It's completely my fault. I panicked and began to make bad decisions in what should have been a very winnable round. Alright, next up we have round 7, match point on layer. Gotta be honest, still don't really have a good grasp of this map just yet. So I decide to play Jackal to help me quickly clear out areas and get to the site faster. This is the last round in a pretty intense match we played against a full stack, so we wanted every advantage we could possibly take to go for the win. Let's talk about baiting for a second as a strategy. Baiting is a great way to make your opponent think you're about to do something that they need to act on right now, only for them to fall into your trap. For example, you could bait your teammates for a quick trade, or bait using some kind of sound cue to make your opponent think that you're going one way when you're really going another. Let's keep this in mind now. I get to main stairs, but I'm facing a barbed wire. I suspect there's somebody playing either the mezzanine or server hall, and I see a teammate coming across mezzanine to try and support me. What should I do? Should I bait my teammate and go for the trade, or bait using the barbed wire sound cue? I decided that a bait using a sound cue makes more sense as we're already down 2 teammates and we want to keep our team alive and have enough firepower to push into sight. Rooney decided to peek the stairs right into my crosshairs. I also get a quick little jackal scan and wallbang the defender hiding in the bathroom. We're now in a 3v2 and our team, after feeling discouraged for a little while, is finally starting to gain enough momentum to move towards a win. We storm into sight but lose a teammate along the way. That's okay though, because that tells us there's only one enemy on site. I pick off Bandit, who was the last defender on site, and call out to my teammate to plant while I throw a smoke for cover. The diffuser gets planted, and my teammate is able to clean up the frost for a hard-fought win on this match. Nice work. Alright, round 3 on Canal, and here's a bad example of playing through a Postplant on defense. It's not looking too good for our team. I'm in a 1v3 situation against Ayana, Nomad, and Twitch. I trade some shots and try to play a little bit more defensively while healing myself. Twitch tries to push in, but my teammates call her out, and I get a quick kill. Just as I do that though, the diffuser gets planted on bomb site B, and I try to push across corridor to hit a Nomad trap. At this point, I give away my position, and time's running out. The diffuser is down, and I could push either left or right. What should I do? Should I keep going through the map corridor, or should I turn around and go through security? I think if I had gone through security instead, I may have won my gunfight against Yana. I had no idea that Nomad was downed, and I made the impulsive mistake of shooting her instead of focusing on the Yana. If I went through security, I probably would have only seen Yana and maybe won my gunfight? Not sure. How would you have played this? Okay guys, and for the last round of the video, we're playing Buck on Cafe, and we're on round 5. We're losing the match, and we gotta turn things around here. So I decide to play a little bit more aggressive, and do some roam clearing starting from the 3rd floor and working my way down to site. After opening up the hatches for my team, I throw my drone into the skylight and see an unsuspecting Soulless. Now's the time to get aggressive. After taking her down, I move over to White Stairs because that's a typical flank route for defenders. I hear some footsteps and time my swing against a sneaky Ella before dropping her down too. 2 kills, and at this point I decide to move over to Red Stairs to help my team push down into sight. I ask my teammate to drone me out, and she's able to ping me a nice little wallbang to clear out the roamers. 2 enemies left, and normally they would be anchors on site, but I'm only half right. Just then, my teammate tries to plant after we get site control, but gets C4'd by a pulse. Now we know at least one more defender is still downstairs. Brava, who was droning us out, gets flanked by a Valk, but calls it out just in time for our teammate to get the trade. It's now a 2v1, and it's time to get the plant down. Everything's looking good so far. I get the plant down and decide to move away to hold another angle while my teammate covers from Red Hall. Unfortunately, Tubarão gets a nice C4 and downs our teammate. I have a good idea where Tubarão is, and I think my position is pretty hidden right now. What should I do? Should I swing Tubarão with a pre-fire, or should I play defensively and try and stay hidden? I'm pretty safe where I am, and my teammates have drones nearby site. At least they can give me an audio call if Tubarão tries to defuse or bait me. I decide to play it safe, and it works out for our whole team. We did end up losing this match honestly, but at least that was a good attack round for us. Alright guys, and that's it for part 5 of the Training Game Sense series on Rainbow Six Siege. I had a lot of fun making the series, and I think I've come a long way from where I was when I first started out. Of course, there's still a lot for me to learn and improve, but that's all part of the journey, and I hope you'll join me as I continue with this game. I'll leave you with this. Siege is a game unlike any other. It's got its highs and lows, and the ultra-competitive nature of the game can really make your gaming session an amazing one, or totally ruin your vibe when you just want to relax and have some fun. At the end of the day, it's just a game, and that's how we should all treat it. Take it and yourself a little less seriously, and you'll have a lot more fun, and you'll probably perform a lot better too. That's probably the most important lesson I learned with my time in Siege. My last clip here is an example of just that, having fun while playing Caveira on Canal, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Just want to say thanks again you guys for all of your support, and if you like what I'm about, please do hit the subscribe button and throw some ideas in the comments below for what you'd like to see next. Appreciate you guys watching and hope you have a great day. Play for the win, and we'll see you in the next one.
Buck on site. Corner house. Changing back. There's one on the diffuser.
How's this
One
working?
here. One here. One here. They're on site. They're planted.
Give me those pings again.
They're on site. They're planted.
How's this working?
Last operator standing. One friendly operator remaining.
How is this working?
Hostiles eliminated.